Alright, welcome to the SlothCast. Today we're going to be talking about relationships again. If you don't know it, it's because the flash drive that I put the episodes on lost the first episode about relationships, where Miss Whitney shared some deep, dark secrets about herself. Taylor wasn't here, but I can assure you we made plenty of jokes about her.
Hey, we love you. We love you.
I'm sure you do.
We love you. Seth still has a small penis and hasn't got laid. And Badge Patch Adams is pretty much in the permanent friend zone by being engaged. Anyway.
Technically. I still eat pussy.
He still eats pussy.
I love it.
Still eats pussy.
I love it.
I'm Chris. Today you're actually, I got no name today. I was going to name myself again today.
Fuck it.
I'm Papa Do Shit Collar again, because I really like
Papa
that
Do
name.
Shit Collar.
Papa Do
Do
Shit
Shit
Collar. It feels foreign, exotic, and like I'm into fecal matter play.
Today we have Papa Do Shit
Collar. Alright, and to my right is the dominatrix Whitney.
We call her Miss.
We call her Miss Whitney because she will put her finger in your ass.
And don't let anyone lie to you. We like it.
Yeah, I liked it 20 minutes before this even started. Badge Patch Adams is here.
Because I cultivate the vag.
Not only does he cultivate it, at one time he actually figured out a way to do it hydroponically.
Yes. And if you don't know what that is, look it up in the dictionary.
Dictionary. It sounds like dick, but it's all shenary.
Oh no!
Oh,
Why did I drink before we did this?
We did. To the right of Badge Patch Adams is Snatch Rover 2.0.
Because she cultivates the Snatch Rover.
Yeah. Well, actually, what it is, she used to be Snatch Rover.
Yeah.
And then she was Snatch Rover 2.0.
She's reformed.
Because she got an update to her software.
Yeah.
But now she's actually Snatch Rover 2.3A because she can actually find an underage girl at 250.
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucker.
And that's feet, not yards.
Yeah, that's she went from yards to feet.
God.
We're hoping by the next beta press of the next patch, she can actually just smell one next to her.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, we love you. We love you.
We love you. And then, of course, back with us for the first time in what seems like a while is Mr. Nope.
No, wait. I am editing him. He is no longer Mr. Nope. He has been promoted to Dr. Nope.
Dr. Nope. Alright, so let's give her a quick round of applause for Dr. Nope. Congratulations on your doctorate, sir.
Thank you.
Alright. Today we're going to be talking about relationships again. And I made the comment earlier that Jeremy is in the permanent friend zone because he's engaged to be married.
It's true.
Now, there's a married person here and there's an engaged person here.
Yes.
And there are three lonely, desperate single people here. Seth, I don't remember your phone number, otherwise I would just say it.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Females preferably, but he will take males.
Yeah.
No.
He has never had something in his butt, but I don't think he's opposed to it.
At this point, he's so desperate.
He's so desperate. The other day I watched him jerk off to Fish and Stream.
I saw
them together.
I saw him masturbating to Mystic River, and I was like, "This is sad." Sean Penn would kill himself.
Oh, I jerk off to Super Troopers. Anyway, that's enough about Seth jerking off. Because now I got this mental image of him tugging at it in my head.
Yeah, Farva.
Yeah.
No,
It's,
Does this look like spit to you? Does this look like spit?
Yeah.
It says like, "Please let it be good. Please let it be good."
It's gonna be good.
God damn it!
Alright, but relationships.
Relationship.
What is your stance on the formal relationship? Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, inmate, person on the outside.
I feel like that's directed at me.
Conjugal visits.
Conjugal visits. I don't know if they offer conjugal visits.
They should. They should.
We already established that I'm not going to jail.
You're not going to go to jail.
No, your ass hair is too pretty.
They'd be like, I'm
She got me out today. I stood up and she saw my ass hair and was like, damn.
That's a cold ass honky.
Yeah.
Alright, so how do you feel about relationships, Badge Patch? I know you can start it off.
Well, I mean, it's cliche, but I mean, if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't.
They don't.
I mean, it's really, I mean, there is such a thing as a soulmate, I believe. And I mean, you can get romantic about it and call it a soulmate, but, I mean, if they compliment you in ways that, I mean, enhance yourself, and you do the same for them, I think it works.
So you think that's the definition of a soulmate?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, That's from someone who is you're engaged, right? You are
Yes.
engaged.
I've been engaged for be 2 years at the end of September.
2 years at the end of September.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go to the loneliest person in the room aside from myself, Seth.
Dr. Nope. Dr. Nope.
Because he has his doctorate.
Because he has his PhD and being told no.
No. He's been friend zoned by more women than the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Seth, I'm so sorry.
He has his PhD from the University of the Y chromosome.
One of these days, we're not going to see Seth for years. He's going to be running this fucking Domino's in, like, New Mexico or something, and he's going to come back with this fucking Pocahontas-looking bitch that's like
He's got
supermodel.
this girl. Her name is, what, Mavis?
Oh, God.
Mavis. Have you seen her? Have you seen her?
No.
She is gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. Either one of you would fuck the shit out of her. I mean, seriously, yes, she is fucking gorgeous, and she wants someone to marry her, so she can come over here legally. And like I told Seth, she's got to be here at least 7 years, married, to be legal status. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to her in those 7 years. I was like, fucking do it. Fucking do it. And you know, along the way, you might break her so bad, she might fall in love with you.
You have to
break it for that to happen.
All right, but how do you feel about relationships?
I'm kind of with bad patches. You know, if they work, they work. But they're definitely, over taught where you want to long for that perfect person.
I think, to a certain extent, I mean, they're overrated.
It's almost to a jaded point.
They're overrated to a point where it's like you have to have a relationship, and then it's like
to be somebody or be yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be in one.
Yeah,
you're taught that kind of view that you're not complete unless you have somebody else.
Through the media.
Exactly.
Kind of push that image too.
I think as a person, though, you just want a companion.
Yeah.
You think you want that kind of partnership?
I mean, doesn't everybody enjoy people's company?
Yeah.
Well,
it's like, I mean, like the.
Yes,
hey.
I mean,
all right. What about you, Taylor? How do you feel
I don't know.
about relationships? And you don't have to touch on your personal.
Listen. I am a 17-year-old girl, and I just showed her my tits. And they are hairy. Your
nipples are bigger than mine, Jeremy.
That's right. Don't act like you don't love it.
You don't love it?
They look like pepperonis. You want to chow down on them.
Like a deep dish.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucking deep dish. This podcast is unofficially brought to you by Pizza and Wild Turkey, by the way.
yes, Pizza and Wild Turkey.
But
God love Wild Turkey.
The only one of us who has sense at the moment is probably Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
So how do you feel about relationships? In all seriousness, we'll stop giving you the old about underage pussy.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I don't know. I mean, people take advantage of them too much, I guess.
You think so?
Really?
You think there's like a tug and pull?
Yeah.
Like there's a giver
I
and a
mean, and
receiver?
I think you really don't have a relationship until you feel like that companion is the other half of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until you feel like you cannot live without them. I don't really feel like that's a relationship. I mean, you guys are just friends.
that's an unhealthy relationship. I mean, if you,
I don't think so. I don't think I could ever be without Brad. I can't imagine my life.
I mean, obviously you could be, but
if you're so wrapped up in the person that if something happens and you all break up or are not together anymore, I mean, imagine that psychological and emotional toll that takes on you. I mean, because you're like, I'm not with this person anymore. They were my life. Oh my God, what am I going to do with myself?
I don't feel like. It's not that I feel like I couldn't go on. I mean, I could be with somebody in a week afterwards.
Yeah. There are three.
You know what I mean?
There are four candidates.
I want to be with him the rest of my life. I want to wake up every day next to him. It's not that I feel like I would die if he left me.
Yeah.
I can
because
move
obviously
on.
you wouldn't, but
Yeah. I wouldn't be like sitting in my room like fucking crying all day.
No, that she just described every Friday night for me.
She just described every night for me. So.
Like, I pretty much just get in my room and listen to Morrissey and cry.
Me too.
Every day is like
Sunday.
You missed it earlier. We sang Bohemian Rhapsody.
As a group.
It was beautiful.
I think Taylor recorded some of it.
I hope you did. Did you?
Not any of the good parts.
God,
the good parts.
damn it, Taylor! What are you good for?
We'll just have to rehash it
Nothing, obviously.
But I sometimes I get on, that one website I like so much.
Brazzers?
Brazzers? It took me a second, I was like, what's Brazzers? I remember it's that logo in all the corner of the...
Brazers?
Is it Brazers?
I thought it was,
I think it's Brazers.
Brazers. Okay, we'll call it Brazers. If it's not, they'll notify us.
Sure they will.
Yeah.
Jenna Jameson will call.
Yeah.
But
have you guys ever seen zombie strippers?
yes.
I have seen clown porn. That shit is fucking crazy.
I'm not even going to go into the porn I've seen.
I don't want to go into that.
I don't know.
I've seen some fucked
Let's
up
stay
shit.
out of that.
Let's just stay out of that because Whitney's probably got us all beat. Just to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we
I
can
don't know
compare
either.
notes.
I mean, I've seen some
Pretty
shit,
fuck-
guys.
Where I'm on the verge of, I could either vomit or get off. I just don't know which.
I mean,
one.
when you're in like a deep funk and it's like you need something, you go to deep, dark
Oh,
places.
I'm the worst in the world for that. And then, like, the second I get off, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, you're into
And you
it.
play your internet history, you're like, fuck that.
I make sure that Brad never finds what I want.
You are into it totally, and then as soon as you get off, you start contemplating your life choices afterwards. Like,
Call
oh
your
my
mom and
god,
apologize.
what the
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
led me to this?
I'm
And
going
you
to
start
church.
deleting browser history. You hit delete system 32.
I just need a new computer.
Yes.
Erase it and kick it out the window.
Exactly. I mean,
Fucking
seriously.
system.
I mean, the need and urge to climax to something. I mean, it leads you to deep
And
and
it
dark
feels
places.
like when I was younger, like anything, really anything would get me off. But now I get bored with stuff like so fast, and I'm like, I gotta find more fucked up, more fucked up,
Exactly.
more fucked up.
Really?
And it's just like it gets worse.
Really, I mean, it's like, fuck.
I know.
A lot of leather, a lot of straps.
I'm like that in sex too, though. Like I gotta, I don't know, move on because it bores me after a while.
That's why you switch it up.
I don't know.
I mean, I assume you guys have a regular routine of sex and
No.
everything. But,
We never have routine. It's not like the same shit every time.
well, I mean, eventually you're going to start thinking, like, we've done this before.
I don't know. We do some fucked up stuff.
But
We've been at it for 6 years now.
that's true. I've been at it for a little over 4.
Why is there peanut butter on the table?
I've been
I
at
was
it with
eating
my
the
hand
fuck
for
out of that.
Were
24.
You've been jerking off for 24 years?
24 years!
You come out just beating the meat? Like,
Oh, goddamn.
Oh,
This is going to be a
goddamn.
while.
The doctor started to cut the umbilical cord. He's like, oh shit, that's a penis.
Here's the question: what age did you start masturbating?
I was
I
in.
thought we were talking about relationships.
That's part of relationships.
It really it is.
I
If
guess.
you don't have a relationship, you're jacking off.
I was in 5th grade.
Shit.
I started masturbating in 5th grade.
I started.
I don't want to answer this question.
I started.
I started really young.
I did too. Like, I think I started a version of masturbation in the 5th grade. Like, it was a version of masturbation before.
Y'all
I
making me sound like
realized-
a whore. I was fucking in 7th grade.
You were fucking in 7th grade.
Yeah,
I didn't lose my virginity till I was in my 20s.
I lost it like.
I didn't know
I
that.
was like 13 going on 14.
I didn't lose my virginity till I was in my 20s, but I can assure you that I've made it for plenty of ground since then.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean, sometimes it's so bad. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And then it's like, and then something in your head, because I guess because of all the media talking about this new sex addiction thing. I mean,
I think I have sex addiction.
I sometimes, honestly, I believe I do. And it's like you go, and it's like after you get done with the 5th time, you're like, oh my god, am I just that bad? I mean, am I a sex addict?
I started masturbating. I bet I was like, honest to God, I ain't playing. My grandma still lived in her big house in town. I was like 6.
Damn!
I swear, I ain't.
You were
playing.
like in 2nd grade.
Yes.
God damn.
You know that happens though. Like they have like cases reported of like little girls that like figure out how to touch themselves, and they're like
They they had an episode of Mad Men where Don Draper's daughter started masturbating at a friend's house, and she was just a little girl, like, you know,
I was
6,
young.
7. You know? I mean, well, you hear, too, I mean, women mature faster than men at an earlier age and start, you know, developing things. So, I mean, I guess that would be normal.
You're just a hoe.
I'm just saying, I guess it would be
I was a
normal.
horny fucking child.
I'm just saying, I guess it would be normal.
That's funny.
But I won't ever forget it. It was fucking odd.
See, I didn't know how to masturbate.
I didn't either.
I just rubbed that shit.
I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat there and held it. I was like, rubbing. I was rubbing it. And
You know what I did? I took like the softest thing I could find, and I'd lay down on it and rub it against it.
I would always masturbate like belly down. It was fucking odd. I got more pressure on the clit, I think, by doing that.
Mine was in the bathtub. I mean,
Mine was fucking anywhere.
I mean, that's when I started. I mean, I was in 5th grade, and I was like taking a shower or a bath one night, and I was like, this feels good. And I was, I was rubbing around down there. I was like, started rubbing the head. I was like, like polishing a Q stick.
I was gonna say, I wish I could have seen the genie lamp rubbing action that just happened 3 feet from me.
I tell you what, man, if they'd seen it, I mean, Aladdin would have got more than 3 wishes from that shit.
No, you know, I don't actually think that I don't think that I could be in a stable relationship. I don't think that I psychologically can handle a relationship.
I mean, there are points where you get bored. I mean, you crave diversity, and I mean, and that I think if you let it, that plays into a lot of things in your relationship, and you start thinking about how to sabotage it, just kamikaze that motherfucker. And
when I was with Nisha, I used to wish that she would call me and tell me she was cheating on me or something.
I never do that. I used to do that before Brad, but since I've been with Brad, I've never done that.
But I mean, I think, and then you know, things happen, and you start thinking like rationally, you know, like a normal person would.
When I'm horny, I think of awful things.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like when you
That's
start
everyday life.
I really get into like a state of mind where I just don't care.
Yeah.
I
understand. I understand. Yeah.
It's pretty much every day for me too.
Like I get to the point sometimes where, like, you know, for men, it's, you know, there's no blood in your brain anymore.
No, it's all down here.
So you cannot think rationally. I don't care what they try to say. I have never been able to have a rational thought with an erection.
No,
okay?
Never.
When I was in college, I had a math class, and the girl that sat across from me was like a cross between Anne Hathaway and Jesus. I'm almost positive it would have been divine.
Did she have a beard?
Slightly, but you can
but the Anne Hathaway,
covered for it. But like, I would sit there and just fucking fantasize the entire class. And by the time I came to actually do work, I was like, oh fuck, I got no blood in my brain.
No joke. Math 120 in community college. We had this big long algebraic equation, and at the end, my answer was Daisy Duke. We like divide, multiply, you know, substitute, all this algebra shit, and at the very end, the bottom of the fucking page was written Daisy Duke.
Daisy Duke.
And I distinctly remember dozing off in that class, so I think it was just a subconscious answer. I was thinking of Daisy Duke.
I mean, now,
so, I don't know.
Bringing that up, especially in the context of relationships, do you think that sex is an important part of the relationship?
Absolutely.
I think it's like 90% of the relationship.
That's 90% of your relationship.
If the sex ain't good, I'm not interested. I could love you more than anything, but if you can't fuck me good, I have no use for you.
For me, yeah, it's a very important part. It's not the most important, but it's a very integral part of the relationship. But I also think it differs from person to person. Because you have people that are asexual. I mean, they have no sexual excitement, sexual feelings, no sex, period. And, you know, they're in loving, committed relationships. And, you know, I mean, for them, that works. But, I mean, like I said, I think it's just very subjective. It's not objective.
What about you? Lonely Bones?
Yes, Dr. Nope.
Dr. Nope, they call him Dr.
Nope. It had to be at least 50 to 60%
no,
in
Jimmy,
any
it
relationship.
has to be 80%.
Well, you know what? You're just a horn dog.
80.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, oh, man, if I go I mean, I go to deep, dark places after a couple of days. I mean, I'm just...
After a couple of days, I'm like, I want to fuck a chick and then cut her head off afterward. Like, I go Serbian film after a couple of days. And if you've not seen a Serbian film, I recommend you watch it with a bag next to you.
So you can throw up.
So you can throw up. Yeah, you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, and then have your mom on speed dial because you want to call her and tell her how fucked up you are now.
Yeah, it's like, Mama, I wasn't supposed to, but I did. After the movie ended, he cut that woman's head off and just went everywhere.
Of course, you could be just a fucked up fuck and just leave the web browser page open and just leave the house and wait for your parents to come.
Yeah. Oh, God. When I was younger, I used to be so paranoid about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'd make sure I cleared the history. All of that.
And then you realize your parents had no fucking clue about computers.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, well.
We used to watch porn on the side a lot.
I did that. I spent $300 on the satellite bill.
We got caught once at my grandma's, and that man said, if you're going to learn, you might as well learn from the best. I think that's where I went.
Nosedives and the sexual deviance.
Dude, I can't help it. That's, I think, my problem. Is I would have to find someone.
How the fuck am I in this room surrounded by all you fucked up fucks and I'm the one in trouble?
Because we control ourselves, goddammit.
Because I don't hit on underage girls.
Well,
I mean, seriously, man, when I was in high school, I was afraid to ask out a girl that was my own age. I mean, 16, 17. I was afraid to ask her out. Because I knew, I was like, man, I want to have sex. If I have sex with her, she's underage, I might go to jail. I mean, it didn't make any sense because I was underage. But, I mean, still, that was my thought process.
I didn't have sex with her. I didn't.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Bitch, I didn't!
I know, we're joking.
We're
joking. She didn't. Really, she didn't.
She didn't. She is... I will say right now that the stuff that we joke about with Taylor is innocent. And I've actually went to court with her. And if they ask me my opinion, that's what I'll tell her. Taylor is innocent. And the gentleman responsible for it is a bigot and a homophobe. And
exactly.
Please send me to jail right now, Chris. I feel like this podcast is going to make me go to jail.
You're not going to go to jail.
It's not, I'm sure they,
because I'm sure they ain't scouring for this. But,
because, if the judge brings it up in court, I'll be like, what were you doing listening to this shit? You're a judge, goddammit.
What kind of sick fucker, dude.
Yeah.
But... But no, I think that if I got into it like a stable relationship, like a steady relationship, I think I could start out normal sexually first, but then I'd say within 2 weeks, I'd be like, you ever had a limb cut off?
2 weeks.
Yeah. That's it.
I don't know.
I just don't care about sex.
If
I really don't.
If you had,
I really definitely do.
I don't.
Okay, if you've had a dry spell where you've had nothing, and then you get into a relationship and you're getting sex, that just, you just get stupid.
You do.
Yeah, because it's like sex. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love this person. And then you get further into the relationship, 2-3 years or whatever, and it's like it's not as frequent. It starts slowing down a little bit, and it's like, what the fuck? And then that's when you start realizing and start questioning things.
I'm just lucky I have somebody who's as horny as me. Oh, this shit
I don't really think there's that many people on the planet as horny as you, just to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's a rare breed right there.
It really is.
I'm not even entirely sure if they're from this planet.
I'm pretty sure that was a Jimmy Stewart movie back in the 60s.
Yeah.
The rare breed.
I thought you meant horny as me. I was like, what?
I'd like to stick my penis in your vagina.
Please talk dirty to me like that.
I will.
And the rest of just call me throughout the day like, I'm going to come in your hair.
I like that bald spot.
I want you to.
I feel every day.
No, so what's the general consensus here? The relationships are good or relationships are bad?
I think they're good.
They're good.
They're good.
Yeah. Some people can't be in a relationship, though. Some people really cannot be in a relationship at all.
Wait, she's pointing at me, you're pointing at me. Why am I pointing at me?
No, you pointed at her.
No, I went like that.
No, you went like, that.
No, actually, I was just stretching.
Oh, I thought you were pointing.
I wasn't actually pointing at Whitney. I was just stretching.
Okay.
Why can't I be in a relationship?
You know what? I think the fact that if you could go without sex with somebody and still have the same strong feelings about them.
About how long are you talking about?
I mean, there is.
The longest me and Brad have probably ever went without, honestly, is like a month, and it was torturous. God. But it was because it just so happened to fall. Like I was sick, he was sick, my period, and then it just all like lasted about a month.
I went 6 months, twice.
That's fucking.
In my
torturous.
life. I mean, when in a relationship, I went 6 months in 2 different relationships.
I don't even want to talk about it. I guess because.
But I mean, like between relationships,
Well.
between relationships, I mean, it's been like a year.
Between relationships, 2 months tops.
It's been a year.
Honestly, God, I'm not entirely sure how long it's been for me, like in between sexual encounters, but I can assure you it's probably not been that long.
It's one of those things. I mean, when you finally get it, you start thinking back. It's like, when was the fucking last time I had some pussy?
Yeah.
And and then you start thinking about it. It's like, oh shit, it's been that long. I mean, at first you're like, oh god, and then after a while you just don't stop thinking about it because it's not happening. You know?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like sex.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
If I thought about it as much as Taylor over there assumed I thought about it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing anything else.
Exactly.
I think I think about it like 70% of my thoughts at the end of the day.
Honestly, I mean, yeah. I mean, you see people. I mean, like you see people in public in the store or whatever, and it's like you're thinking like, I mean, what would they look like naked? You know, or something like that. And I mean, even though you
I'm
don't,
like a saint right now. I'm like,
I mean, seriously,
I'm like
think
Mother
about it.
Teresa over here.
Think about it. I mean, it's not like I want to fuck them. It's like you're just sitting there.
No, usually that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, you're like, I mean,
like,
it starts out.
Fuck the shit out of
It starts out as like, I wonder what her tits look like, right? I mean, I wonder what she looks like naked, something like that.
I mean,
you know?
Jeremy, ever since I met you, I wondered what your tits look like, and now I know, so I can die happy. So,
I mean, I
that's
think
what
my
happens.
problem
That's what
is
happens.
I have like really weird thought patterns,
Yeah.
and like they always end up crazy. Like if I'm standing at work, and Taylor knows that we get a selection of females that are relatively attractive, not drop dead gorgeous, but relatively attractive.
Exactly.
And my first thought is always, man, she's really pretty. Man, I bet she'd be a good lay. You know, and I go. And my second thought is, I wonder how her head would look in my freezer.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Oh,
and
shit.
That's why I see a psychologist.
Yeah.
That right there is
I wonder
why.
how her head would look.
that really
I mean,
is.
And knowing you, Chris, you can never hurt a fly. I really do not believe that when it came down to it, you could physically hurt somebody and cut one of their limbs off. I really, really don't.
I could.
I really don't think you
I
could
don't think I could either, but that's just where my brain goes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, man, I bet she'd look amazing naked. I'd like to get a handful of her hair and
Yeah.
just give it to her from behind.
I'd like to get a handful of her hair
Yeah.
and cut her fucking neck off.
And then it's like,
Shit.
no, and then it's like, get a handful of her hair and give it to her from behind, and when I'm done, cut her fucking head off and stick it in the freezer. And I'm like, whoa! Where did that last part come from? Because I know, you know, my old man, he'd be like, he'd get in the freezer, frozen pizza, carrots, woman's head. Boy, why you got carrots in here? I'm not supposed to eat carrots.
The frozen head wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, he'd be like that sick son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I told him if he ever needed to go Dexter to fill that void in his life, I'd understand.
He didn't want to
You know
bring the
what?
goddamn carrots.
Sometimes
God
when
damn
I-
it, motherfucker.
So,
Are you making a roast?
If you're making pot roast, you better tell me.
Yeah.
something you guys don't know about me, I like to fish quite frequently. And when I'm fishing by myself, walking up and down the fucking lake, I'm scared to death. I'm going to find a dead body.
Oh, shit.
Like, I see a bag laying beside a rock, and I'm like, fuck, that's a head. I know that's a fucking head.
I used to have
So I
really
get kind of excited for a minute, and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's a head. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, that's a head.
I used to have really weird dreams when I was a kid that there was alternate realities underneath ours.
That's true. That's
and
true.
everything
That's
was like
gotta be
this gruesome version. Like there was a bag stuck to a post in the alternate reality under ours. There was a head in the bag. Like I used to have dreams like that when I was a kid. That's probably exposure to video games.
I'm
It's
pretty
got to
sure
be
I still have
true. I mean,
dreams like
seriously. I mean, we don't understand the mysteries of the universe. I mean, fuck, it's got to be
We're
true.
delving in too deep.
We're delving in too deep, guys.
Relationships.
We're gonna have to wrap this up.
Okay.
We're hitting our
Really?
mark.
Okay.
We are hitting our mark. Thanks, guys. I'm Chris, Miss Whitney,
Badge Patch
Patch
Adams. I say it with pride.
Say it with pride. He cultivates the badge. Snatch Rover 2.3A. She's still in alpha testing. She'll be released to the public probably in the fall.
Hide your daughters, hide your wife.
I hit him with a vagina, especially if it can't drive yet. And Dr. Nope.
Dr. No.
Got my
And of course,
PhD,
I'm
bitches.
Chris, or Papa Do Shit Collar, as I like to be referred to by the Asian girls in the brothels.
Very nice.
They love you a long time.
They
You
love-
drop your laundry on, they're like, Papa, do shit
Papa
going.
Do Shit Collar, suck your dick, here's your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, thanks guys for listening to the podcast. We'll see you next time.